Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will continue book Epistle on Sufism, al-Qushayriyyah. Before start, if you still not subscribed, please subscribe and press bell icon. So let's continue. Certain knowledge, ilmul yaqeen, the essence of certainty, ainul yaqeen, and the truth of certainty, haqqul yaqeen. These words pertain to high levels of knowledge. Certainty, according to the common usage, means a knowledge that raises no doubt at all in the person who has it. This word is not applied to God, glory to Him, because His knowledge is not subject to any interpretation. Certain knowledge is certainty. Likewise, the essence of certainty is the same as certainty, and the truth of certainty is the same as certainty. In their Sufi parlance, certain knowledge is possible through a proof. The essence of certainty is possible through clear evidence. The truth of certainty is possible through direct witnessing. Certainty belongs to the people of intellect. The essence of certainty belongs to the people of knowledge. The truth of certainty belongs to the people of divine gnosis. Speaking about this depends on the level of one's realization. It goes back to what we have already mentioned. Therefore, we limit ourselves to this measure in order to bring this notion to your attention. Occurrence, Warid. They, Sufis, frequently speak about occurrences. Occurrence is a praiseworthy thought that enters the servant's heart without his invitation. Even if something does not belong to the category of thoughts, it can still be considered an occurrence. An occurrence may come from God or from knowledge. Occurrences are broader than thoughts because thoughts are characterized by a speech of sorts of something similar to speech. Occurrence can be of the following types: an occurrence of joy, an occurrence of sadness, an occurrence of contraction, an occurrence of expansion, and so on. Witness, Shahid. They, Sufis, frequently mention the word witness. One may be a witness of knowledge, or a witness of ecstasy, or a witness of a mystical state. By the word witness, they mean that which is present in the heart of a man, that is, what he constantly recollects to the extent that he continues to see and watch it, even though he is physically absent from it. Any recollection that takes possession of a man's heart in his sign. If his heart is dominated by knowledge, then he is a witness of knowledge. If it is ecstasy, then he is a witness of ecstasy. The meaning of witness is presence. That which is present in your heart is your witness. Some asked Al-Shibli about witnessing. He answered, "How can we attribute the witnessing of God to ourselves? It is He who is our witness. By saying that God is our witness, he implied that the recollection of God has taken full possession of his heart, has become predominant over it, and is ever present in it. When someone's heart becomes attached to a created thing, they say that this thing is his witness, namely, it is ever present in his heart. For love requires a constant recollection of the beloved and takes full possession of the lover's heart. Some Sufis have contrived to etymologize this word in the following manner. They say that the word witness is derived from the act of witnessing. This is like contemplating a person who is characterized by great beauty. When the contemplator, human nature falls away from him, and when his witnessing of that person does not distract him from the spiritual state he is in, nor does the company of the person have any impact on him, that person becomes a witness of the contemplator being annihilated from his ego. On the contrary, when all these things influence him, they become a witness of the persistence of his ego and the preservation of the characteristics of his human nature. And this may be either to his benefit or to his detriment. The Prophet's words on the night of Ascension, I witnessed my Lord in the most beautiful image, are sometimes interpreted in this sense, namely, the most beautiful image which I witnessed on the night did not prevent me from seeing God Most High Himself. On the contrary, I saw the maker of all images in a certain image and the fashioner of all things in a certain fashion. By this he meant the vision pertaining to knowledge, not the vision of the eye, the soul, nafs. In the Arabic language, a thing's soul is its being. However, when the Sufis utter the word soul, they imply neither being nor a physical body. Rather, they imply the deficiencies of one's character traits as well as one's reprehensible morals and deeds. The deficiencies of one's character traits fall into two categories. First, those which one acquires by oneself, namely one's act of disobedience and one's sins. Second, one's inherent base morals. They are blameworthy in and of themselves. However, when a man seeks to treat them and fight them, these bad morals are extinguished in him through a strenuous and uninterrupted effort. The first group of the soul's characteristics is anything that is absolutely prohibited or declared dubious by the divine law. The second group is the soul's imperfections and baseness in general. As for concrete characteristics, they are pride, wrath, spite, envy, bad temper, lack of tolerance, and similar character traits. However, the most difficult and objectionable characteristic of the soul is that it imagines there is something good about it and that it deserves respect. Therefore, these features are sometimes considered to be hidden. Polytheism. To improve one's moral character, one has to abandon the soul and try to break it. The best way to do this is to have recourse to the strictures of hunger, thirst, night vigil, and other types of self exertion that lead to the weakening of the soul's power. All these practices are part of the abandonment of the soul. However, the soul may also mean a subtle substance placed in the human body, which is repository of blameworthy character traits in the same way as the spirit is a subtle substance placed in the human body, which is the repository of praiseworthy character traits. All these elements are subjugated to one another, and their sum total constitutes a human being. The spirit and the soul are subtle substances residing in a certain form in the same way as the angels and demons are characterized by subtlety. This is also the case with vision being the repository of seeing, the ear being the repository of hearing, the nose being the repository of smelling, and the mouth being the repository of tasting. The entity that hears, sees, smells, or tastes constitutes a whole, which is a human being. Likewise, the heart and the spirits are the repositories of praiseworthy characteristics, whereas the soul is the repository of blameworthy ones. At the same time, the soul is part of the whole and the heart is part of the same whole. Therefore, the name and property go back to this same whole. The spirit, Ruh. Those of the people of the Prophet's Sunnah who have attained true realization hold different opinions regarding the spirits. Some of them say that they are nothing other than life, while others argue that they are the essences placed into the human bodies. Here is a subtle point. God is wont to create life in a human body. As long as the spirit resides in the body, a human being remains alive. The spirits, while they reside in bodies, may rise and depart from them at the time of sleep, whereafter they return to the body. Man is a combination of the spirit and the body because God Most High, may He be pleased, subjugated parts of this whole to one another. Resurrection will happen to this whole, and so will reward and punishment. The souls are created, and those who insist that they are eternal commit a grave mistake. And the scriptures confirm that they are subtle essences. The innermost self, Sir. It seems that, like the spirits, the innermost selves are a subtle entity placed in the human body. According to Sufi principles, the innermost self serves as a repository of direct vision of God, in the same way as the spirits are the repository of love and the hearts are the repository of knowledge. They say that the innermost self is something that allows you to catch a glimpse of God, while the innermost of the innermost self is that which is known to no one but God alone. According to the terminology and principles of the Sufis, the innermost self is more subtle than the spirit. while the spirit is more noble than the heart. They say that the innermost selves are free from the bondage of all things other than God, from traces and remains. The words innermost self denote the mystical states that are kept secret between God, glory to Him, and His servant. This meaning is expressed in their saying, our innermost selves are virgins which cannot be deflowered by anyone's imagination. They also say, the breasts of noble men are the graveyards of innermost secrets. They also say, if the bone next to my heart learns the secret of my heart, I will surely cast it away. This is but a small part of the explanation of their terms and of the clarification of the phrases by which they, Sufis, have distinguished themselves from all others. We shall now mention a number of chapters explaining the meaning of way stations, which are the stages of the mystical travelers. For this video, we will finish here. We will continue inshallah in the next video. Till then, please don't forget to subscribe. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.